2026 is supposed to be the year of cheap, used EVs. The prices look insane, but what nobody tells you is why so many of those deals turn into money pits within 18 months. Welcome to Cartence, where we break down the hidden problems of your car. Prices are finally dropping, lease returns are flooding the market, a 2022 or 2023 Model 3 or Ioniq 5 that was $45,000 new is sitting at $22,000 or $28,000. No oil changes, no transmission, basically free to drive after you plug it in. It feels like a smart, responsible move. But here's what I need you to understand before you sign anything. There are 5 specific things almost nobody tells you about buying a used EV this year. These aren't the generic "batteries degrade" warnings you've heard 100 times. These are the painful, expensive realities that are hitting real owners right now and will hit a lot more of you in the next 24 months. The first thing nobody tells you, battery health on paper and battery health in your real life are 2 different numbers. You'll see a car advertised with 92% battery health. Sounds fine, right? But that number often comes from the car's own optimistic display. It doesn't always show you how that battery performs after 45 minutes of highway driving in 35-degree weather. It doesn't tell you how many times the previous owner DC fast-charged it every single day because they lived in an apartment. Early Nissan Leafs and some pre-2021 Chevy Bolts already proved this the hard way. But even on 2020 to 2022 Teslas and Hyundais, you can find cars with 12 to 18% real-world range loss that the seller swears is normal. And once that loss shows up in winter or on a long trip, you can't unsee it. The hidden mechanism is simple. Lithium-ion batteries age from both time and cycles, and heat plus frequent fast charging accelerates it. Some cars have big software buffers so the dashboard looks good longer, others don't. You won't know which one you're buying unless you force a proper diagnostic, not just a quick test drive. The second thing nobody tells you, that battery warranty you're counting on has more loopholes than you think once it transfers to you. Most EVs still have 8 years or 100,000 to 150,000 miles on the battery. In 2026, a lot of 2019 to 2022 cars still have some coverage left. Sounds great until you read the fine print. Some manufacturers require proof the car was serviced at authorized centers. Others exclude damage from aftermarket chargers or abuse. And if the previous owner fast-charged 80% of the time in a hot climate, the warranty claim can get denied even if the car is technically under the limit. I've seen owners buy what they thought was a safe used EV with 3 years of battery warranty left, only to have a failure at 87,000 miles and get told it doesn't qualify. Now they're looking at $12,000 to $18,000 out of pocket on a car worth maybe $15,000. The third thing nobody tells you, the repair ecosystem for EVs is still playing catch-up in most places, and that's going to bite used buyers hardest. Gas cars have a shop on every corner that can fix them. EVs? You need high-voltage certified technicians. Parts can be back-ordered for weeks. Even simple things like a failed onboard charger or thermal coolant pump can leave the car undrivable and cost $3,000 to $6,000. Dealerships know this and charge accordingly. Independent EV specialists are still rare outside big cities. So that cheap used EV you bought because it saves you $150 a month on gas can easily eat that savings the first time something goes wrong and it sits in a shop for 3 weeks. But here's where it gets worse. The fourth thing nobody tells you, the technology in a lot of these 2022 to early 2024 used EVs is already outdated compared to what's rolling out now. You're getting slower maximum charging speeds, worse cold weather performance on cars without heat pumps, older software that may stop getting meaningful updates, and missing features that new $35,000 EVs have standard. The range number on the window sticker was measured on a brand new battery. 2 or 3 years later, you're already starting from a lower baseline. In 2 more years, that car will feel even more dated when you see what the 2027 to 2028 models can do. This is the part that creates quiet regret. You didn't buy a bad car. You bought yesterday's technology at a price that made sense until tomorrow's technology made it feel slow and limited. The fifth thing nobody tells you, and this is the one that hurts the most when you eventually sell, depreciation on used EVs doesn't stop just because you bought it used. 2026 has a massive wave of off-lease vehicles hitting the market. That means supply is high and prices are soft. If your battery health is only average, or if the model is one of the common ones flooding lots, your car can lose another 25 to 35% in the next 24 to 36 months. A lot of people are going to buy what feels like a steal today, drive it for 2 years, then try to sell it and discover the next buyer is offering thousands less because the battery is only at 87% now, or because newer, better EVs are even cheaper by then. That's when the real math hits. You saved on gas, but you lost more on depreciation and potential repair risk than you ever gained. So what do you actually do if you still want a used EV in 2026? Here's the practical value most videos skip. First, never trust the dashboard percentage alone. Get a real battery health report from someone who knows what they're doing, a specialist with the right scan tool, not just these selling dealers' quick check. Second, prioritize cars that still have meaningful battery warranty left, at least 2 to 3 years and 30,000 plus miles. That single factor changes the risk profile completely. Third, test the real range yourself on a highway drive and, if possible, in cold or hot conditions. Don't rely on the EPA number. Fourth, know your local repair situation before you buy. If the nearest EV-capable shop is 2 hours away, that cheap car just got a lot more expensive. Fifth, strongly consider models with LFP batteries where possible. They're more tolerant of daily 100% charging and tend to hold up better long-term. And if none of that feels comfortable, then maybe the real answer is that 2026 is a great year to buy a used EV, only if you do the homework most people skip. Most buyers won't. They'll see the low price, get excited about no more gas stations, and roll the dice. You don't have to be most buyers. The difference between a used EV that saves you money for the next 5 years and one that costs you money in year 2 usually comes down to whether you understood these 5 things before you signed. Most people realize this too late. Now, you won't.